Good morning students, how are you? I hope you're doing well and keeping yourself safe. Welcome to Triveni Memorial Senior Secondary School online classes. Today we are going to start with our grammar. We are going to start with our topic. The topic is sentence. So what do you mean by sentence? In sentence, the first one is a word. What do you mean by word? Word means garden is a word. It is made up of 6 letters. As you have seen here, G, A, R, D, E, N. It is a six letter word. So what is a word? Word is made up of a group of letters. So this word is made up of group of letters. Now we'll go to the examples of it. Example: train, beach, needle, engine, honor, etc. are all the words made up of different groups of letters. So now we'll go to the next part, that is a phrase. So what do you mean by phrase? With a rope is a phrase. This phrase is made up of 3 words with a rope. So what do you mean by phrase? A phrase is made up of group of words. A phrase is made up of group of words, many words. It makes some sense, but the sense is not complete. It makes sense, but it does not make a complete sense. So that is known as phrase. Example: early in the morning, made up of plastic for 7 days, once upon a time, in the park, etc. are all phrases. They make some senses, but the sense is not complete. It makes senses, but the sense is not complete, students. Now we'll go to the next. What do you mean by a sentence? Sentence means group of words that makes complete sense. Any sentence make a complete sense is known as a sentence. Like the giraffe has a long neck is a sentence. This sentence is made up of 6 words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The whole sentence is made up of 6 words. The giraffe has a long neck. So a group of words that makes a complete sense is called as sentence. So you have seen here, this sentence makes a complete sense. Now we'll go for more examples, students. He is my friend. Rohan goes to school daily. The playground of my school is very big. They are all sentences. So we'll remember all the points which we have done it before. Like the word must be placed in their proper order to make a complete sense. So this is called as sentence. The sentence must always begin with capital letter. Always sentence begin with capital letter. A full stop must be placed at the end of sentence. At the end of sentences, you have to place full stop. Sentences always ends with full stop. So now we'll go to the next part, beta. That is the 2 parts of sentence. Here you have seen the picture, students. You have seen 3 pictures here. The first one is the mother loves her child. The sky is blue. As you have seen here, the sky is blue. The camel has a hump. So in this sentences, there are 2 parts. Okay. The person who is being spoken about. The person who is being spoken about is known as the subject part of this sentence. What is being said about the person is known as the predicate part. We have 2 parts in parts in sentences. One is the subject part and other one is the predicate part. So the subject part is known as the naming part and the predicate part is known as the doing part. So in the above sentences, we speak about the mother, the sky and the camel. They are called subject. Why it is called as subject? Also in the above sentences, something is said about the mother, the sky, the camel. Therefore, it is known as subject. Anything is said about anything, anyone is known as subject. So what do you mean by subject, students? Subject is the naming part and something is said about is known as subject. Here, loves her child tells something about the mother. Is blue tells us something about the sky. Has a hump tells us about something about the camel. They are called as predicate. The doing part is mentioned here. So the doing part is known as the predicate. So we'll remember what we have done it recently. What we have done it before, students. It's points to remember. The person spoken about is known as subject. What is said about that person is known as the predicate. So now we'll do the following sentences have been divided into two parts. Here the subject part is written here and the predicate part is written here. So the lily is beautiful flower. Lily is a beautiful flower. The train runs on rails. The little girl is running. So the person here, this is known as the subject part and what she is doing is known as the predicate part. Days are hot in summer. The poor woodcutter has an iron axe. So now we'll again remember, we'll do with the points to remember, students. Sometimes the subject is left out or understood. Sometimes some subjects are left out but sometimes it is understood. Look at the following sentences. Come in means you come in. Sit down means you sit down. So here it is totally understood what subject is telling. Okay, students. So students, now we'll go to the kinds of sentences. As you know, students, we have 5 kinds of sentences. So now we'll go to the reading part of this chapter. A sentence is a group of words that makes a complete sense. Anything makes any sentence makes a complete sense is known as sentences. That I have told you before also. We use sentences for various purposes. As you know, we use sentences for various purposes. Sentences are used for making statements, asking questions, ordering, requesting or expressing a strong feelings. And sentences are classified into 5 kinds. The first one is assertive sentences or statement sentences. Assertive sentences is also known as statement sentences. Like for example, elephant has a long trunk. We obey our elders. The earth goes around the sun. These sentences say or state something. As we have seen, the sentences say or state something. So this sentences is known as assertive sentences. This sentences always ends with full stop. Now we'll go to the points to remember. A sentences that state or declares something is called as assertive sentences or statement sentence. So I have told you before also. Now we'll go to the second kind of sentences, that is interrogative sentences or question sentences. The examples are given here, students. Why are you crying? Can you solve this sum? Where does this road lead to? these sentences ask questions. They are called interrogative sentences. As you have seen in these sentences ask you some questions. Okay, so these questions are known as interrogative sentences. Any interrogative sentences ends with question mark. So you have seen here these sentences are ending with question mark. So these sentences are known as interrogative sentences. Now we'll go to the points to remember. A sentence that ask a question. Anybody ask you a question, is that sentence is known as interrogative sentences. Now we'll go to the imperative sentences or command sentences. Leave this room immediately. Please show me your book. You must take rest today. In this above sentences, this sentences expresses the command, request or advice. So these sentences are known as imperative sentences. Those sentences expresses command, request, advice. That type of sentences are known as imperative sentences. Imperative sentences always ends with full stop, as you have seen here. Now we'll go to the points to remember. A sentence that gives a command, makes a request or offer an advice is called as imperative sentences. Now we'll go to the next kind, that is exclamatory sentences. Hooray! We have won the match. Alas, my pet is dead. Wow, what a beautiful picture. D. Extremely beautiful. In this sentences expresses a strong feeling of wonder, sorrow or surprise. So this type of sentences is known as exclamatory sentences. Any sentences expresses a strong feeling of wonder, sorrow or surprise is known as exclamatory sentences. Exclamatory sentences ends with the exclamation mark. As you have seen here, exclamation mark is at the end of the sentences. So they are known as exclamatory sentences. Now we'll go to the points to remember. A sentence that expresses a strong feeling of wonder, sorrow, surprise or joy, etc. is called as exclamatory sentences. Now we'll go to the last kind of sentences, that is optative sentences. May God bless you. May you prosperous in life. In this above sentences, the sentences expresses wishes or prayers. So these sentences are known as optative sentences. Any optative sentences ends with the sign of exclamation. So this sentences ends with exclamation mark. So now we'll go to the points to remember, that is a sentence that expresses wishes or prayer etc. is called as optative sentences. Now we have done with this chapter, students. Thank you, students. See you in the next video. Till then, stay home, stay safe.